Hey guys, welcome to the channel. This is this channel is going to be about diving into some conspiracy theories, popular and unpopular. But first, we're doing a a short series on the Mandela effect. Now, I've got three videos already in this series. Take a look at those if you're interested, and we'll do the fourth now. I think I got 11 examples for you, so let's get into it. All right. Uh, who did you want to come to your door and hand you a check, a great big check with a lot of zeros on it, six of them to be exact? That's right, this check right here. And who did he work for? Publishers Clearinghouse. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows this. And I repeat this on every video so far because I think it will affect most people. It's Ed McMahon. Everybody knows this. There's no doubt about it. But he actually works for Family American Family Publishing, I think. But he said he's never worked for Publishers Clearinghouse. But you know he did. You remember it, unless you're a kid. You remember that. Anyway, how many times did the United States land and walk on the moon? Well, in this timeline, that's what I'm calling it. This timeline, for lack of a better expression. And let me get into that just for a second. I think that CERN possibly has done something to bend or warp the fabric of space and time. Several universes, at least three universes, as far as I can tell, are overlapping or melding together and changing history. It's actually changing history. For instance, if you uh, read the Berenstein Bears when you're a kid, right? Everybody knows Berenstein Bears. Well, in this timeline, they're called the Berenstain Bears, AIN instead of EIN. Um, if your mother put those Berenstein Bears books in the attic when you were a kid after you got done with them to save them for posterity or whatever, and she went up and got them and brought them down now, they would say Berenstain, not Berenstein, because it actually changed history. Those books in the attic actually changed from Berenstain to Berenstain. So if you can get your mind around that, congratulations. It took me a long time. Half of you guys out there are going to think I'm just nuts. I'm crazy. The other half are going to get it. Uh, anyway, back to uh, moon landings. In this timeline, we landed on the moon six times and walked on the moon. In my timeline, where I say that I'm from, we only went once and we never went back again. That's just crazy to me. Okay, number three, the Hindenburg disaster. Now, the Hindenburg was a airship. It was filled with hydrogen, highly flammable, and it exploded in New Jersey when it was landing. Uh, they dropped the tow ropes down, and it touched the ground and sparked. That static spark set off the hydrogen, and it went down in seconds. Uh, we're like 30 or 40 seconds. And in my timeline, nobody lived through that. Nobody. Everybody died. There were 72 people aboard. 70 people, 72 people died. But in this timeline, 68 of those people survived. Now, this is another picture of it completely engulfed. Now, remember the gondola's on the bottom. How do you survive that? And that just took seconds from the first picture to the second. So that's another one. Uh, Darth Vader. You know, everybody knows Darth Vader, his famous line, Luke, I am your father. That was a terrible impression, but he didn't say, Luke, I'm your father. Not in this timeline. In this timeline, he says, no, I am your father. Oh, look it up. I mean, you can just Google it. Darth Vader, I am your father scene, or I am your father Mandela effect. It's clear as day. Okay, there's this country called Svalbard, Svalbard. Nobody remembers it ever being there, but it's there now in this timeline. It's off the coast of east of Greenland. Nobody remembers it. Can't find a single person. Nobody can. Um, but I do know that on Svalbard, through some research, that we have a seed bank there in case things go down really bad in the world and we need to reseed plants. But you see it right here. It's there. All right, next, the North Pole. Here's a picture of the North Pole. There is no land at the North Pole in this timeline. There's no land, no ice. It's water. I mean, where's Santa Claus supposed to live now? You know, excuse me. Um, I remember because I was interested in it when I was a kid. I remember that scientists used to work there. Nobody lived there permanently, but we had scientists there, and I don't think anybody else was there. There might have been somebody, crazy person or something, but scientists were there, and that was it at the very North Pole. Um, let's see here. Do you remember getting on an airplane when you were younger, before all this stuff happened? Uh, Sitting over the wing, you see the engine sticking out a little bit from under the wings. Well, that has never been the case in this timeline. They're out real far in front of the wing, and they've always been that way here. Um, there's two examples, and you remember winglets? You know those at the end of the wing, they got those things that go up like that. Well, we didn't have those in my timeline, but they're on the planes now. They always have been on the planes here. They got some that go up and some that go up and down. Like, but we don't have them here. I mean, we didn't have them then, but in this timeline, they've already always been there. Okay. Well, if you enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. I'm a fledgling channel, so I could use the support. It's a small thing for you, but it's huge for me. I appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.